Hey there, everybody. Pete Pardo here from Sea Tranquility. Welcome to day 4 of albums that turned 50 years old in 2022. We're going to be doing this each and every day throughout the month of January here in 2022, looking back 50 years to albums from 1972 that are celebrating their 50th anniversary, their 50th birthday this year. Some great ones. This has been a really hard exercise trying to pick out from among the great legendary albums released in this spectacular year of music, 72. Today we're going to take a look at a album released May 1st of that year for the Epic label, produced by Steve Cropper, of course, from Booker T and the MGs. This is the third album from this particular gentleman and his band, Jeff Beck Group. Jeff Beck, the Jeff Beck Group, however you want to call it. Killer stuff. Killer stuff here. This is a very good, I guess you can call this kind of a blues rock album, though there are elements of funk on here. There's plenty of jazz rock, which of course Jeff would launch into not long afterwards. And some little bits of, some of his guitar playing on here certainly fits in kind of like that proto metal, so to speak. It's interesting how some of these songs are kind of bluesy, kind of jazzy, and then Jeff just launches into this just ridiculously crazy guitar solo, all these little fills and licks and things like that are just very metallic and just otherworldly sounding. This cat was a visionary on the guitar. Now and then, it's just like he's just been one of the all-time greats. Really cool band here too. We've got, and this is the follow-up to the Rough and Ready album, which saw the first album release with this particular lineup. So of course you got Jeff on guitars. You got Bobby Tench on vocals. Pretty underrated singer, right? He had very bluesy, soulful voice. You got Max Middleton on keyboards. Jeff would work quite a bit with Max over the years. Clive Chaman on bass guitar, and none other than Mr. Cozy Powell on drums. And Cozy makes his mark right off the bat on this album on Ice Cream Cakes, which is a really interesting song. It's kind of rocking, right? Kind of bluesy, kind of jazzy. Some incredible stick work from Cozy on this particular track. A little bit different drum textures on this album and the previous album based on what we know of Cozy going forward, where he's playing with much heavier and harder rocking bands, right? You got Glad All Over, also good up-tempo bluesy hard rocker there. Tonight I'll Be Staying Here With You. That's a little bit more of a slower down, moody, atmospheric, kind of pop and blues number. Then you got Sugarcane, elements of blues and funk in that one. Again, some really tasty guitar licks from Jeff. A lot of really good piano from Max Middleton on this song and throughout this whole album. I Can't Get Back the Love I Feel For You, another more soulful piece. Going Down, everybody knows Going Down, right? That's the absolute classic track, done very well here by the Jeff Beck Group. I Got to Have a Song up next. Then Highways. Highways is more of a hard rocker, some blistering guitar work from Jeff on that one. And then one of my favorites on the album is definitely Maybe, which is more of kind of like a slower blues tune, but pretty smoldering, and some just, molten guitar soloing from Jeff on this particular one. I love his tone on this album. It's just absolutely savage, and it's interesting how at a lot of times during the album his lead guitar work is just completely unlike the songs themselves. It's almost like, the songs kind of simmer and boil, and sometimes they're kind of funky, whatever, and then he just launches into this metallic guitar playing, which is just like, whoa, you just almost get taken aback for a second. It's like, like unleashing the animal within these otherwise, just really strong and really solid, bluesy rock tunes, right? So, really good album, underrated album. I really like both of these albums from this particular band, from this lineup. I think they're both really underrated because, most of the time when you talk about the history of Jeff Beck, and especially his early part of his career, everybody always looks at the first two albums, with the Truth Band, with Rod Stewart, right? And those are two groundbreaking albums. Those are really, Beckola and Jeff Beck Truth are amazing. Then you have the two albums with this configuration, and then of course you got Beck, Bogart, and Peace, and then the jazz fusion albums, the jazz rock albums, which most people usually look at as the kind of the cream of the crop. But I think these two albums that kind of came in between all of that, I think are really worthy of a look back and a revisit for many people, because I think they kind of get lost in the shuffle. And there's a lot of good material on these albums. So just really good, gritty, bluesy, funky rock tunes with little elements of the jazz rock that Jeff would move into shortly thereafter. So yeah, Jeff Beck Group, released in 1972, is my pick of the day. List yours in the comments below, as well as what you think about this particular album. And remember, we're going to do this each and every day throughout the month. So thanks for watching. Visit us on the web at www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. Of course, we're here on YouTube all the damn time. We'll see you more. We'll see you soon with more stuff. We're not going to see you more with stuff. We're going to see you soon with more stuff, as we've got all sorts of programming here on the channel each and every week and each and every day with albums that turned 50 years old in 2022. So stay tuned for more. I am Pete Pardo. See you then. Take care. Bye-bye.